Hey folks, tonight is August 12th, 9:12 p.m. My name is James, and let's take a look and see what's going on here. So today was crappy, pretty red day. I don't really know what to say. Yesterday I said I didn't know what direction the market was going to go in, though we did have some a bottoming tail here and some bottoming there, and even after today, even though it's a big red bar, there's still a bit of a bottoming tail on there. We're still kind of all over the place as far as I'm concerned. The futures are green, you can see them there, but until I see something like the market breaks back over this line, or we get a nice consolidation that then breaks it higher, I'm not convinced that we're actually going to go higher as far as the indexes are concerned. I have these lines here, which it kind of might be forming a rising channel, or it looks a little tighter on the end here, so it might be forming a big rising wedge. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't know. So a lot of wait and see as far as I'm concerned. Got to be careful. NASDAQ kind of looks the same. You know, these bars are really just all over the place. You can't really tell what's going on. The Dow, a little bit more, potentially a little bit more defined, but still not really telling me anything yet. And the Russell, again, that's, you know, kind of bear flaggish actually, but you know, we'll see. The indexes, as far as I can tell, we need a lot more time for them to do whatever they're going to do before I could see anything that might tell me that I could go long or have a real idea of market direction, because I think we're still at a point where any piece of news, China or whatever, could just drive the market right back down again. I saw some of the things posted on StockTwits where somebody had a graph where it was going up, going down, going up, going down, and they said you're here at the point where we might go back up until, you know, we get a tweet or something and we start dropping again. But that's kind of where we're at. The China news is controlling which way we're going to go, basically. If we get some positive piece of news, all of a sudden we're going to rally. So if we get more negative news, we're going to drop. So that's what sucks about this market, is it's almost entirely news driven. If we get some silence for a while, maybe the market will find a bottom and find a footing and start climbing, but then we get the next negative piece of news and down we go. So whatever, as far as the indexes are concerned, I have no idea where we're going. We just need to wait. Going through the list is interesting, and now when we're in a period like this where everything's choppy and you have no idea what's going on the index, I want to look for stocks that are holding up really, really well. So that's what we're going to look at. So Crowd, Strike, tried to break out and couldn't, and that's what I talked about yesterday is what I'm seeing. High volume. This actually didn't have the volume today, but a price that drives over a trend line and that momentum just dries up and the thing drops. That's exactly what CrowdStrike did today. I still think that's kind of the key level right there, but we're not getting over it right now. So, and I want to wait, and I want to see closes over these lines in this environment. That's what I'm testing. That might be viable. So, and I might try to buy something if we see that. Paycom consolidating sideways. MDB is still inside that nice little pattern. Hopefully those lines hold. Trade Desk got really hit hard today. It still didn't drop through that lower line, so we want to see that lower line hold. VEEV, that looks really tight. Still looks good. Jazz, still following that lower line. We want that line to hold. Planet Fitness, I had a lower line at one point. I took it off because it's dropped really hard there and it really didn't work. But this upper line seems to be holding it down, so that would be a key area to watch. INCY, still in the pattern. That looks good to me. Tandem didn't really go anywhere today, still under the line. Now LYFT dropped below that lower line today, but volume is actually not bad. It looks like it's over an average there, so I'll give that another day or two and see if it happens to pop back up. It may not, because it seems to be really moving with the market. If it just keeps dropping, we'll just take it out. So that might be a failure of that lower line. ILM, I like this tight pattern it's making right here. That is a falling wedge, which is bullish. So even though it dropped like this, that could be a magnet up to fill the gap, potentially. Just keep an eye on that. I think that could bounce. It may not. It may just wobble around and drop down underneath the lower line. So, but it is a falling wedge right now. And so is Netflix. This is a falling wedge. As long as it stays within those lines, it could, jump and go higher. That's a bullish pattern. JEC, yesterday I said it was closed here about 4 cents below that line, and now it dropped back below. I think that's actually good for it. If it was to drop back down to this lower line, bounce off and come back up, I'd rather see that than to see it try to break out. EW, let me take this off. You can see there, just got an upper level resistance there and a nice little consolidation underneath it. Give that time, and hopefully with a better market, it might go higher. Semper Energy, this is kind of like Planet Fitness, where it's just got a upper line resistance holding it down. I just want to see what it does at that line. That could be a buy point if it happens to break over the line. Hopefully, again, in a better market than we have right now. Info, last night I just showed this guy still holding the lower line there. I think that looks good. Micron I'm adding tonight because I found this little falling wedge on here, which would be a bullish pattern. Surprisingly, it was up today in a bad market. It might be a chip maker that's slightly different than something like NVIDIA or Lam Research or AMD or something like that. So I want to see what it does out of there. That could be a buy. It's pretty short. I wish it was longer. I wish there was something more significant for a pattern, but little falling wedge might take it higher. And then I added this guy, JJSF. I just found this. You can see kind of what that looks like. No real uptrend back here, but the earnings spiked it, and now it's holding up there really good. And I would say break over the absolute high. That would be the best place to try to buy it. Hopefully, again, better market. I really wish we'd get a better market. It's terrible, but again, we're in August, September, so it could be crappy through that whole period of time, but we'll see. Okay, that's it. I'll see you next time.